Hello, Revere, and welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Show. I'm Morris, your host, but I have two great people here. Mr. John Barry from Kelly's Down the Beach, one of the best restaurants in the country. Not in Massachusetts, in the country, folks. And Mr. Bob Upton, former president from the Revere Chamber of Commerce. Bob, take it away.
Thank you very much, Morris. I appreciate that. Actually, Morris, my position now at the Chamber of Commerce is the immediate past president. Kerry Abrams is now the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and Mike McCaskill is the first vice president. But we appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you here today. Thank you very much for this invitation.
Thank you for coming, and we're going to start off with you first because we're going to be talking about the Revere Chamber of Commerce, and they are having the third annual award this year.
Yes. It's a pretty popular event that we at the Chamber of Commerce have established back about 3 years ago. We're having a good time with it. We think it's a good time for the award winners as well, but I think it's high time that we've had something like this here in the city of Revere because we've got a lot of wonderful people in this community that are members of the Chamber of Commerce, some that certainly are not, but they are doing great work here in the community of Revere, and we at the Chamber of Commerce want to recognize those that have done so well for so many of us here in the community of Revere.
Right, and I have a list that I got out of the Chamber of Commerce with 16 awards here.
16 awards. I hope it's accurate.
Well, I hope it's accurate. So if you could tell us just a little about each one, if you could. Now, before we start, I got to say this to you. Number 13 wishes to remain anonymous.
Exactly.
So, and I promised him we would do that.
Exactly.
Can
Thank
we
you
keep it that way?
Absolutely.
Okay, so leave number 13 out and you can take it away.
Without getting too much into the specifics, I'll read off the names of the award and the award winners, the people that have been selected and voted on by the Board of Directors at the Chamber of Commerce, submitted by our board and reviewed certainly by our executive board. And, there are 16 of them. I'm going to read probably the first 7 of them, and then I'll let John read the other 7 of them.
Fair enough.
Okay,
but
to
do
share
not
some
read
of
number
the duties.
13, John.
I won't. I promise. I promise.
All right.
you.
First and foremost, I should say that we certainly congratulate all of our award and recipients. This third annual awards event is called the Community Champions Award. It's going to be held on April 5th at 6 p.m. at Spinelli's in Linfield. The Spinelli's both in Linfield and East Boston certainly are members of the Revere Chamber of Commerce, and that's why we are holding the event at the Linfield Spinelli's. Of course, it's a very beautiful event location, I should say, but I just want to make sure that I do mention that. But again, it's being held on April 5th at 6 p.m. And the awards, the first award listed on the sheet here, Morris, not necessarily in the order that they're going to be presented, is the City Beautification Award. That'll be presented to the West Revere Neighborhood Group. And a special recognition will be presented to Elle Baker because of the work that she's done with that organization. The establishment of the Pause and Play Dog Park is an important addition for the community, for dog owners and pet owners, and the folks in the neighborhood. And
that means they can walk their dogs in
exactly, exactly. This has been.
Make sure you mention that they keep it on a leash.
I don't know what the rules and regulations are of the operation of walking your dogs in the Pause and Play Dog Park, but I'm sure the committee has outlined the rules for that. But they'll talk more about that, I'm sure. But the second Community Champion Award is going to be presented to Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Jacoby, and I'm sure many folks in the community of Revere are well aware of the Jacobys.
I know the family very well, and you couldn't have given it to a better person than Mr. and Mrs. Jacoby.
Nick and Maria, very nice people. They were at everything. They volunteer quite a bit, as we well know.
Well, before you go, I would like to say one thing about Mr. Jacoby. He knows a friend of mine. Every Christmas time, he brings Santa Claus down for the kids over here. So, Nick, make sure you do it again this year.
Right, and obviously we do know that Mr. and Mrs. Jacoby are well known in the community as Queen Isabella and Christopher Columbus at the Columbus Day Parade.
I wish you didn't mention that because Christopher Columbus didn't come here legally. Go ahead.
Too funny, Morris. The third award is the Unsung Hero Award. It's going to be presented to Mr. Bob Dunbar here at Revere TV.
Oh, great.
Well deserved. Bob Dunbar is all over the city. He's everywhere, and obviously it gives everyone in the community an opportunity to see what's happening within the community of Revere at Revere TV. Bob does a great job here, as I'm sure you would agree, and many others.
Yes, can I thank Bob, because if it wasn't for him and Bobby Driscoll, who's doing the directing here on this show, I wouldn't be able to work the little toy that I have. And I'm
Yep.
talking about the computer. I used to say I'm a computer dummy many months ago. Now I'm a little dummy, not a big one.
All of the staff here at Revere TV does a great job. Bob's
Definitely.
going to be recognized because of his efforts on.
And Rick Promise, too. We got to
Rick
recognize.
Promise, of course. We recognize everyone here at Revere TV. We certainly do. But the award the evening of this awards night will be presented to Bob Dunbar because of his own outstanding efforts on behalf of
Thank you for
the
that.
Chamber of Commerce and the community, of course. The next award is titled the Mentor of the Year Award, and it's going to be presented to Vanny Holt and Dimple Rayner. Those are two folks with the neighborhood developers, Revere on the Move, the Revere Youth in Action Committee. They're well known within the community, volunteering and working with the youth in the community as well. The next award will be the Outstanding Youth Organization Award. That's going to go to the Revere Karate Academy. And many of us are well aware of the work that's done by the Revere Karate Academy, and we look forward to presenting that award to them. Our sixth award is going to be the Educator of the Year Award. That's actually going to go to the City Councilor Joanne McKenna because of her work in the school system and all that she's given for the students and the educational system here in Revere. I'm going to ask John to continue on with the rest of the list because I don't need to be on this the entire time, and I want to share that. So here you go, John. Thank
All right,
you.
I'll hop right in. And first of all, Morris, on behalf of everybody at the Chamber, we'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to come on here and sort of, advertise our events, and we
It's
appreciate
an honor
that.
to have you people, what you do for the city of Revere, really.
Yeah, and likewise. And with that being said, the Veteran Service Award, another award that we're giving out on the third annual awards night, is going to yourself, Mr. Morris Morris.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
appreciate all you do. And Joe Singer, as well as receiving that recognition as well.
Yes,
John,
Joe
can I
Singh is
say-
a police officer here in Revere and certainly an honored veteran, and we certainly appreciate the work
Right,
that
Joe is a
he
double
does.
veteran, a veteran of the community and a veteran of the military. So, Joe, thank you for your service, even though I don't know you. Thank you.
I know
Can
Joe.
John,
Joe's a good guy.
Can I say just one thing, if I may?
Yeah.
When he called me that I think it's 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a joke, really, because, people do call me and get around because
Yeah.
I joke a lot. But I want to say it's an honor to receive that award, and I want to thank you and the Chamber of Commerce for picking me.
Well, likewise.
So,
Thank you. Thank you for all you've
Morris.
done. Another award that we're handing out on the awards night, Community Service Award. That's going to go to Priscilla Nickerson.
Yep, Priscilla is very well known within the
Right, at
community.
Casa Lucia.
Casa Lucia, of course, but also her work in the community and in that neighborhood, and we want to make sure that we recognize everyone in the community, in particular Priscilla, for her efforts and all that she does.
We have the Special Recognition Award. That's going to go to Council President Jessica Giannino.
Yes, Jessica is well deserving of this award. This award is something that we have decided to create this year, in particular because we wanted to make sure that we recognize the council president, first woman council president of the Revere City Council, and all of her work at the council and for the city. And this is going to be an honor for us to present this to her, and we
I
look
want
forward
to
to
say
that.
something, if I may, about Jessica. It's not Jessica I'm going to be mentioning. It's her father, who's on the Revere Police, who's
Yeah.
a great traffic officer. So,
Yeah.
Chris, I believe his name is Chris.
Yes, yes,
I'm
Christian,
sure
yep.
You know better than anybody, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. And thank you, Bob, for bailing me out here with some
No
help with some of
problem
the
at all.
details here.
Yeah.
Lifetime Achievement Award, that's being presented to Carol Haney.
Carol Haney, educator,
Yep.
and Revere educator for many, many years. She was a math teacher. She was very involved with the union as well. But also, I think people know Carol quite well because of her participation in the Revere Beach Partnership and all the efforts with that, and many others. But certainly another deserving awardee.
Yep. Chamber Member of the Year Award, that's being presented to Lighthouse Nursing Home.
That's great.
Yeah.
They do a good job up there.
Yeah, they do. They're a significant player, a big business here in the city of Revere. Probably one of the most significant taxpayers, certainly here in the city. And they are an institution within the city of Revere. Been there many years.
This is another, correct me if I'm wrong, another new award we have is the Rookie Chamber Member of the Year Award, and we're presenting that to Holly Davidson.
Yep, absolutely. Good to have Holly Davidson
Yeah,
here
they're
in the
good.
city
They
of
used to be
Revere.
in Everett. They came here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Smart people.
Good development.
The Board Member of the Year Award, we're presenting that to Michael Nicastro, and Michael, you know, he's big help to us on the board, and you know, he's a friend, and he's does a good job with the within the board.
Very active in the community through East Boston Neighborhood Health, and on many different committees, and helps us out a lot, of course.
And Karen Gallo, she's receiving that recognition as well. Same thing with Michael, just very active, and she does a great job.
Karen Gall is the Vice President of the bank here at the East Boston Savings Bank right here on Broadway, Revere.
Yep.
Karen's very active with the Chamber of Commerce. Her and Mike and both of their organizations are very strong supporters and great members of the Chamber of Commerce.
And that leads us to the Business of the Year award, and that happens to be East Boston Savings Bank, which Karen is obviously active with.
Yep, her bank supports Karen's efforts on our behalf, and they're a good business partner and a great member of the Chamber of Commerce.
And we also have the People's Choice Community Excellence Award, and that's being presented to the Revere Historical Society.
Yeah,
Right.
And everyone calls them the Revere Historical Society. They're commonly referred to as that because it's a comfortable way of saying, but their formal name is actually the Revere Society for Cultural and Historic Preservation, of which I'm a member, and I've been an active supporter of them. But they do great work here within the community of Revere and help us to preserve and promote the rich history of not only Revere, but of Revere Beach, which is, as you know, near and dear to my heart.
Now, Bob, I believe the Chamber of Commerce is located on B Street.
The Chamber of Commerce currently is located in the East Boston Savings Bank office right on Broadway. The East Boston Savings Bank has given us office space. We did move out of 108 Beach Street. It just was a matter of, we didn't need the space that we had there. It just works better for us to be in the retail district, to have walk-in traffic at the East Boston Savings Bank. I'm not sure how long we will be there, but they've been gracious enough to offer us the space, and it seems to be working for us, and it's, it's great to be there.
Right, now we're going to take a little trip from the East Boston Savings Bank, and we're going to go down the beach to Kelly's. Since you are the general manager at Kelly's, John.
Come on down. You're a regular customer, so I know you know how to get there.
Oh, I know how to get there, and I will admit, the only reason I go there is because you do make one of the best meals that I like. So I got to be honest there.
Well,
give us a little history of Kelly's.
Well, I think everybody knows. We're very well known, especially in Revere. But Kelly's was started in 1951.
Was that the first place on Revere Beach?
Yep, the original location, Revere, and
now you have how many branches out?
there's 5 in total. There's Saugus, Danvers, Natick. Here I am drawing a blank here. Medford, and obviously Revere.
That's fantastic, and you're looking for future expansion, I understand.
Yeah, Kelly's is always, customers of Kelly's are always, sort of moving from this area, and they're always looking for Kelly's to kind of come closer to them, it seems like. So we hear things all the time for different states and things like that, but, within this area, I could see us going to, the South Shore and to, maybe up to southern New Hampshire, things like that. So Kelly's is actively always looking for locations.
I'll tell you, beside the chicken dinners, you make the best fish and chips, the best lobsters, the best clam dinner, because my wife always sends me down there. I wish you didn't make clams, but otherwise, out of the house, because if I don't get her the clams, I don't eat at home either. So I got to go to Kelly's for the clams.
Yeah, we're definitely well known for our roast beef sandwiches and things like that.
That was the original.
Seafood is very popular. We sell a lot of that, especially now this time during Lent. We sell a lot of seafood during Lent Fridays. Next Friday is Good Friday, so we're going to, it's one of the busiest days of the year for Kelly's in general. With all the seafood.
What are the hours there, if I may ask? I've been down there at 9 o'clock at night, and you've been open.
Yeah, well, we're open a lot later than that. But Revere's unique. We open up at 5 in the morning. We do breakfast, coffee, things like that in the morning. So we open at 5, and then during the week, Sunday through Thursday, we close at 2:30. Friday and Saturdays, we're open till 3 in the morning. So we're open basically 22 hours a day. So it's a non-stop operation.
Wow. That's pretty good.
And if I could just jump in, some of the most popular memories that people have, people will always tell you about their nights after the bars have closed or after the dance halls have closed, hitting Kelly's roast beef, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And some of their greatest memories, people will tell you of their time that spent at Kelly's Roast Beef. A lot of folklore about Kelly's Roast Beef, and a lot that has happened down there for people. And you know, to say nothing of, you know, the changes of the staff makeup at Kelly's Roast Beef. Their menu selections have expanded. You know, my favorite there for many years was the tuna roll. I love the tuna roll. But, you know, I didn't realize that they made, you know, grilled cheese sandwiches. I love grilled cheese sandwiches. Who doesn't like a grilled cheese sandwich? And it's done really well there. And, you know, obviously all the fish plates are great. We love all of those. But, you know, they sell sausages now. And, you know, they've expanded that. Their clam chowder is outstanding. And, you know, it's just a lot of great memories at Kelly's Roast Beef.
I agree with you.
You know, I can't say enough about that business. And they're a great member of the community, a business partner in the community. They support many of the nonprofits in the community. Go to Kelly's Roast Beef and can rely upon them for support. We do with the Chamber of Commerce. They're just a very good community partner as well as a business partner.
And I do
member
love
of the
their
Chamber
onion
of
rings.
Commerce.
Homemade.
I know that. They're rare. Bob, before we continue,
Sure.
I want to talk about the golf tournament. But before I do, I want to thank you for your service. People don't know that, but you're also a military veteran.
Yes, thank you very much,
So I
Morris.
want to thank you for your service.
Yeah, I thank you very much. I do have 28 years of military service.
28?
28 years. I'm a military retiree. Yes, I am. But you know, I like whenever people like to ask, tell me about that. I like to mention my uncles and my own father.
Please do.
You know, my father and his 5 brothers all served in World War II or Korea. So military service is a tradition in my family. And my father and his brothers, they grew up here in the city of Revere. So we are a Revere family, and you know, we're very proud of that. And we really appreciate all that you do for our veteran community here in Revere. And you know, Joe Singer is being recognized because of his military service as well. You know, it's nice to see service being honored at the TV station. And you also share a lot of good information because, as I understand it, this particular program is your 255th program on Revere TV. And so for veterans and communities, you've done a lot of great
Yep,
work.
I used to do one program a year, so 255 just about.
Well, you know what? You've done such a great job. That's one of the prime reasons why you're being recognized at this award ceremony. So I thank you for
And
your
I
service.
thank you. By the way, I do want to say one thing. I want to thank the grandparents of Joe Singer because I knew Dave Singer and Rita Singer.
Yeah.
And I don't know Joe Singer personally, but Joe, thank you for your service to the military and for the Blue. Thank you again.
Well, you were going to ask me about the golf tournament, and it couldn't be a better time to ask me about that because John Barry is the chairperson of the golf committee. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just pass that baton
Go
over
right
to
ahead.
John and ask him to talk about that.
Well, the golf tournament, this is, Bob can help me with this, but how many annual golf tournament are we on?
Well, I don't
now?
know. You know, I can tell you from my past years, as president of the Chamber of Commerce and first vice president before that, I'd say that we've been doing the golf tournament, you know, that I've been involved in, is probably for the last 6 or 7 years. But I know that the golf tournament has a great history with the Chamber of Commerce. I think we did stop that for about 3 or 4 years, but the Chamber of Commerce has been doing the golf tournament for many years.
Where do
I'm
they
sorry, I
hold
don't
the
know
golf
exactly.
tournament?
It's at Mount Hood.
Mount Hood, it's actually going to be coming up. It's on May 20th, which is a Friday. Like you said, it's at Mount Hood. It's typically, we're shooting for an 8 a.m. Start to the tournament. And we're looking for some, you know, participation from the community. We're going to have, obviously, opportunities for advertising. You know, there's foursomes available if you want to purchase a foursome. And we're going to have tickets available through the Facebook page, or the Chamber of Commerce page, or you can speak to any individual involved in the chamber and you'll be able to access tickets that way as well.
Yep. You know, you don't have to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce to play golf with us. We'd invite you to, you know, we'd invite the members of the community to come out and golf with us. It's early in the season, being on May 28th, 8 o'clock in the morning. It always seems to be good weather. We really haven't had a problem with weather there. It's always been really good. And we've had good participation. But, you know, if you get a foursome, come and compete against some of the others for the trophy that we like to present. We think it's a good time. We know it's always a good time. And then we have a barbecue meal after that, so the meal is included. And I believe
I gotta mention the helicopter.
Oh, geez, yeah. That's
we gotta mention the helicopter drop. If you haven't been there to see this helicopter, it's a ball drop. It's a raffle. It's you know, an opportunity to raise some money and to win some money for yourself if you're involved. But it's literally a helicopter goes up with a bunch of golf balls. we drop them down, and whoever's closest to the pin ends up winning. So we've had that the past few years, and it's one of the highlights of the event, honestly.
Yep, it's a 50-50 on the ball drop. The tickets are $20 each. You can buy any number of numbers you can, I think it's 1 to 200. But at $20, it's a good fundraising opportunity for us, but it's a good piece of change for someone to win and to compete. Just another piece of the fun of that day, and it seems to be a very popular event. And you know, sometimes one of our members of our board may come up on the helicopter and actually do the ball drop. But that's something that, you know, something that's been contributed to us, to be honest with you, by Now City Tours and Rent-A-Tool. They've donated that to us to help us to raise money. We have other businesses in the community that we would welcome them. If they want to help to advertise their business, you can make raffle items available to us, or you can pay for advertising at the whole sponsorship, or we have other signage that we can have all along the golf course as well. We also have a bag stuffer program where if you're a local business and you wanted to put something into the bag that we give to each one of our golfers, of which there'll probably be somewhere between 80 and 100 golfers. If you have some item of advertising, promotional giveaway, or something that you'd like to offer to us, we could put that into our golf bag. And it's just another way for you to advertise your business. And we certainly invite all of our members to golf with us, but we welcome that to all business owners here in Revere. Outside Revere.
You're talking about businesses. You know, we have a lot of new businesses coming into Revere, and if they want to join the Chamber of Commerce, would you tell us what they could do to go ahead?
Sure, if you don't mind, I'd be glad to talk about that. I am the membership director, actually.
Oh, you are?
That is my position.
You're perfect.
It's something I'd talk a little bit about, and you know, I think there are great benefits to joining the Chamber of Commerce. It gives you a chance in your business to come meet with others in Revere that are doing business. Meet with us. We have events throughout the year, like the golf tournament, or our awards night, or we have a pot of gold. We're going to be establishing a networking night, Morris, on the second Tuesday of each month, beginning in April, which I know that this April 12th happens to be the election night, but we are going to begin on that night for those that want to come anytime after 6:30 at Margaritas for a couple of hours. This is a good chance for our members to network, but also those that may be curious to find out
Where
about.
is Margaritas located?
Margaritas is just within the Comfort Inn, right on American Legion Highway.
Yep.
Margaritas is attached to that.
Oh, so it's right there.
Right. So with the first networking night we're going to reestablish is going to be at Margaritas. We'll probably move that networking night to other restaurants and other organizations that want to sponsor that networking night, or maybe we can hold it at another facility. But it's a good chance for people to get together with us. You know, we offer our members the ability to advertise on our website, throughout our social media. We do email blasts. And as I said, it's just another way for people to learn how to do business with other members in the community. And we also try to help them to interface with the town, city government, different departments within the city government they may need some help with. Business lending, we can help people with that. We actually have the East Boston Savings Bank is going to be sponsoring a fraud prevention training period. They're going to have a luncheon that the East Boston Savings Bank is going to be sponsoring at the Comfort Inn. You can find out more about the actual date of that. We'll be advertising that at reverechamber.org. That's our website. We have a Facebook link, and we would ask you to follow us on our Twitter account as well. We like to put information out through our social media, but also through our website and email blasts. And you know, I think those are the benefits that we offer: outreach and education, and resources, and the networking, I think, are all benefits that we offer here at the Chamber. Yes.
I just want to say a couple of things. I went on Google, thanks to learning Google. The Revere Chamber of Commerce actually started in 1915, but in 1910 they were called the Revere Trade Board?
Board of Trade, I think it was called, yes.
Revere Board of Trade, you're correct.
Right.
Yep, but then they changed their name in 1915. That's a lot of years, 106 years ago.
Yeah. And businesses have been active here in Revere, and as you know that, you know, Revere Beach at one time was a very popular location for travel and tourism, and, you know, all the fun and activity. In fact, I guess it's going to be a chance for me to, you know, do a little self-promotion, a little shameless self-promotion, but you know, I operate the RevereBeach.com website, and I like to help people to understand the rich history of Revere Beach. And you know, in talking about that, you know, it would be nothing for people to show up at Revere Beach on a weekend, have 100,000 people or more show up on a typical weekend at Revere Beach all throughout the summer months. But in addition to that, there were many businesses and organizations that ran on the beach because they had to provide services. There were restaurants, there were hotels, there were shop owners. There was actually a business association down in that area as well. A part of the Revere Chamber of Commerce had the Revere Beach Businessmen's Association was another part of that. So Revere and the businessmen and the business associations have a great and rich history here in this community of Revere.
Two things. We only got about 3 minutes left, so I'm going to give you each 1 minute, so I have 1 minute left. John, you mentioned something to me before we went on the air. If people want to call in and order food from Kelly's, they can do that.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
can you tell them just the number there if you remember it off
Yep, 781-284-9129. That's the number down at the Kelly's Revere location. And like you said, you know, if you're a customer and you know you're coming down and you want to get something and call it ahead, it's a simple sort of process where we can place a phone order and you can let us know how long you'll be till you get there, and we'll have it ready when you get there. It's
And the chicken dinners, tell them, takes 10 minutes.
chicken dinner takes 10 minutes, so
I know.
make sure you know.
And you, by the way, could you give them a number too if they want to join the Revere Chamber
Well,
Commission?
I'm really glad you said that because I wanted to be sure that I just encourage people that are interested in attending this awards night to call 781-289-8009. That's the Revere Chamber of Commerce office, or visit reverechamber.org, and you can request tickets, reserve a table if you'd like, or to place an advertisement in our ad book. Businesses are welcome to do that. But yes, call Revere Chamber of Commerce at 781-289-8009, and our administrative person will be able to help you to order your tickets and make them available to you. Thank you very, very much.
Before we close, I would like to thank Miss Carrie Abrams, who is the
Yes.
owner of the Kinship Flower Shop
Kinship Floral, yes.
Yep.
on
Yeah.
Revere Street.
She's the president of the Revere Chamber of
Right.
Commerce, yes.
I want to thank her as president for being part. Was she part of the group that picked all these
Oh,
people?
absolutely. Carrie is the president of the Chamber of Commerce. She's guiding the program with the Chamber of Commerce. She works with the executive board and the board of directors to help us keep the Chamber of Commerce moving forward as we have been, and we appreciate all
Right.
that she does, of course. Thank you
Good.
so much.
And I want to thank you, John Barry, for coming on our show. I want to thank you, Bob Upton, for coming on the
Thank you,
show.
Morris.
I want to thank the people of Revere for listening to this great, great TV show. And I want to say God bless our troops, wherever they are. God bless the people of Revere. But most of all, bless our great country, the United States of America. And before we close, I want to make sure that the United States flag stays in schools, in every school in the country, and the Pledge of Allegiance remains in every school in the country. And don't let anyone tell you that they cannot be there, because that's what I fought for. So keep it there, folks, and thank you again.